Good morning, student. How are you? I hope everyone is happy. God bless you and your family. I welcome everyone back to my class. Today we are going to discuss about external respiration. Take a deep breath in and now let it out. Guess what? You just use your diaphragm. The thoracic diaphragm, more commonly referred to as simply the diaphragm, it's a combination of muscles and tendon that allow you to inhale and exhale. Tendon. Tendon means tendon means a strong thin part inside your body that joined muscles to bone. So tendon joins muscles to a bone. It is just below your lungs and shaped kind of like the top of the dome. It marks the bottom of the chest region and the beginning of the stomach region of the body. In addition to fibrous tissue, the diaphragm include the muscles and tendon. An opening for both the esophagus and trachea exit in the diaphragm to allow them to pass from the chest to the stomach region. Diaphragm is under involuntary control. Involuntary meaning that your brain causes it to work without you having to think about it. That is a pretty good things considering how many things the average person forget on a daily basis. Can you imagine what life would be like if we had to be continuously think about breathing? Let's look at how the diaphragm carries out these various important functions. So, functions of the diaphragm. Diaphragm is the main respiratory muscles. So, diaphragm is the main respiratory muscles that allow us to inhale and exhale. This is done by the contraction and relaxation of the muscles, creating a vacuum that sucks air into our lungs through our mouth and nose. When we are ready to inhale, the diaphragm will contract, which causes it to flatten and get closer to the stomach region. Since the diaphragm sits below the lungs, this allows the lungs to expand and create the vacuum action that I just mentioned. When we are ready to exhale the air back out, the diaphragm will relax and go back to its normal dome shape, thereby pushing off on the bottom of the lungs. The pushing on the bottom of the lungs, it's a lot like squeezing the lungs, which forces air back out of the lungs, causing you to exhale. Now move on. Respiratory diseases. What are the respiratory diseases? Your respiratory system is the system. Your respiratory system is the system in your body that allow you to breathe. The main organ of the respiratory system are your lungs. Yes, lungs. When your lungs are not working like they should be, it may be difficult for you to breathe. If this happen, your mom or dad will most likely take you to the doctor to find what is wrong. The doctor may tell you that you have the respiratory diseases, which is an illness in your respiratory system that can usually be controlled or cured. Let's take a look at some common respiratory diseases now. The first one, common cold. You can help your body stay healthy by not smoking, doing your best to avoid germs, eating healthy diet and exercising. But some respiratory conditions are hard to prevent. Probably the one you are most familiar with is common cold. It is hard to avoid catching a cold because there are more than 200 different viruses that can cause it. The common cold is actually an infection of the upper respiratory tract, meaning it mainly affected your nose and throat, leaving you with a running nose, sore throat, and cough. A cold can act a lot like a flu, which is a viral infection that affect the nose, throat, and lungs. So, how do you tell them apart? Well, the flu is further and come with some additional symptoms that are felt all over your body. You can suspect the flu if your muscles ache, you have the headache, and you feel really whipped out. But the key difference between a cold and flu is that the flu will come with a fever of 101 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. The second disease is bronchitis. When a person it's a bronchial tube or swollen and they have the bad cough, they probably have bronchitis. Your bronchi a tube or tube that carry oxygen to and from your lungs. Symptoms of bronchitis including coughing, yellowish colored mucus, fever, tiredness, shortness or breath, or a tight chest feeling. There are two types of bronchitis, acute and chronic. Acute bronchitis is the most common, comes quickly and leaves after treatment. It is usually caused by a virus. Treatment vary for acute bronchitis. Chronic bronchitis build over time and stay with a person throughout their life. It is usually caused by smoking, but not always. Treatment for chronic bronchitis is ongoing and prescribed by a doctor. And third disease, tuberculosis, TB. What is tuberculosis? Tuberculosis it's a contagious infection that usually attack your lungs. It can also spread to other part of your body like your brain and spine. A types of bacteria called Mycobacterium tuberculosis causes it. Can tuberculosis be cured? In the 20th century, TB was a leading cause of the death in the United States. Today, most cases are cured with antibiotics, but it take a long time. You have to take medication for at least 6 to 9 months. Tuberculosis symptoms. Sign of acute diseases include cough that lasts more than 3 weeks, chest pain, coughing of blood, feeling tired all the time, night sweat, chills, fever, weight loss. Tuberculosis causes. Tuberculosis caused by bacteria that spread through the air just like a cold or the flu. You can get TB only if you come to contact with the people who have it. Tuberculosis transmission. When someone who has TB coughs, sneezing, talk, laugh, or sing, they release tiny droplet that contain the germs. If you breathe in these germs, you can get it. TB isn't easy to catch. Usually have to spend a long time around someone who has a lot of the bacteria in their lungs. You're most likely to catch it from co-workers, friends and family members. Tuberculosis germs don't thrive on surface. You can't get it from shaking hand with someone who has it or by sharing their food or drink. So the next one, pneumonia. An infection in your lungs, it's also known as pneumonia. Pneumonia is caused by germs called bacteria that you can get anywhere you go. It usually occurs after you have the flu or cold because your immune system cannot fight off the bacteria as well. Symptoms appear quickly and can include fever, cough, difficulty breathing, chest pain, and upset stomach, chills, or weakness. Pneumonia is treated by a doctor who may prescribe antibiotics. Next one, asthma. It's a very common disease and it affected approximately 26 million people in the United States. Asthma occurs when the airway to your lungs are swollen. Symptoms of asthma include coughing, wheezing, chest tightening, and shortness of breath. Most people who have asthma experience these symptoms while they are exercising during allergy season or even when laughing or crying. Once asthma has been diagnosed or found to be the problem, it is easily treatable with a special medicine and breathing treatment. Lung cancer, it's a types of cancer that begin in the lung. Your lung are two sponge organ your chest that take in oxygen when you inhale and release carbon dioxide when you exhale. Lung cancer is the leading causes of cancer death worldwide. People who smoke have the greatest risk of lung cancer, though. Lung cancer can also occur in people who have never smoked. The risk of lung cancer increase with the length of the time and number of cigarettes you have smoked. If you quit smoking even after smoking for many years, you can significantly reduce your chances of developing lung cancer. I give 10 hard words. First one, inspiration. Second one, expiration. Third one, diaphragm. Fourth one, common cold, bronchitis, tuberculosis, pneumonia, asthma, cancer, pollution. Once again, inspiration, expiration, diaphragm, common cold, bronchitis, tuberculosis, pneumonia, asthma, cancer, pollution. Today biology assignment, learn, answer the following. Thank you.